The heavy snowfall had begun in Arlo's village. The roof of Arlo's house was covered in a thick white blanket of snow, as if dressed in a pristine gown. Arlo sat by the fireplace, sipping a warm cup of coffee, aiming to keep his body cozy against the biting cold. Suddenly, an unusual sound echoed near the front door of his house. Although slightly startled, Arlo wanted to know what the sound was, so he approached the door and listened intently. As the sound persisted, driven by deep curiosity, Arlo opened the door. He saw a squirrel lying by the doorstep, shivering in the cold, struggling to crawl inside. Seeing the creature's helplessness, Arlo's heart was filled with compassion. He gently picked up the squirrel and brought it inside the house. He placed a thick cloth near the fireplace and laid the squirrel down upon it to warm it up. A few days later, the snowfall ceased. The squirrel had now become Arlo's best friend. When Arlo ate his meals, the squirrel would climb onto the table and share the food with him. With the snowfall over, Arlo decided to release his squirrel friend back into the wild, so he placed it upon a tree. As if expressing its gratitude, the squirrel looked back at Arlo before leaping from branch to branch and disappearing into the forest. A few days later, Arlo went into the forest to gather firewood. Unfortunately, without realizing it, he got caught in a sturdy snare trap set by poachers. The rope tightened painfully around his leg, causing him to fall to the ground. He cried out in pain, but there was no one around to help. Suddenly, he heard a rustling in the bushes. It was his squirrel friend. The squirrel rushed toward the trap and, without wasting a second, began gnawing at the rope with its sharp teeth. Even though the rope was thick, the squirrel's persistent effort finally snapped it. Freed from the trap, Arlo picked up his squirrel friend and thanked it as a true companion. The squirrel looked at Arlo for a moment, jumped from his hand onto the ground, and scurried back into the woods. Watching the squirrel depart, Arlo said to himself, "Today I have realized that no living being is too small or insignificant. I thought I had saved the squirrel's life, but today that little creature saved mine. When you show love and kindness to others, it always returns to you in the end." Kindness shown to others is never wasted. The compassion you might deem too small to offer will return to you as a great strength in your own moments of helplessness. Never hesitate to help a person or an animal in need, for the true humanity of your heart blossoms only in the moment you truly understand the pain of another.